Hey, I want to take a few minutes today to do a real quick video here to answer a question I got from a viewer. We were talking about conspiracy theories and questioning the system, etc. in one of my videos today, and someone sent me an email saying the one thing that makes them think that something's up is that Arizona went blue, that there's just no way Arizona could go blue. And I hate to disagree with them, but I'm going to say this has actually been coming for a long time. There's been evidence of it for a long time. It's just been a matter of when is it going to reach a tipping point. And if you might, you might wonder, well, why is that so? Well, it's because Arizona is the Florida of the West Coast. It's that simple. I think most people are aware that, people who live up in like the New York, New Jersey area, Chicago even, when they get older and they get ready to retire, they're sick of the bad weather, they're sick of the high taxes, so they move down to Florida, where they can more comfortably live out their golden years. And when they do that, they take their politics with them. That affects Florida politics. Well, on the West Coast, especially like Oregon and Washington, when people get to retirement age, they're sick of the dreary weather, the rain, etc., the politics, the high taxes, whatever. Same thing with California. They get tired of the high taxes, the population, blah, blah, blah. They all retire. They go to Arizona, where the land is cheap. The air is relatively free of allergens that would upset old lungs. They can just go down there and live out their golden years. In a way they love to do so without the high taxes, without all the other crap. And when they do that, they take their politics with them. They don't leave them in California and Washington and Oregon. And even if they were considered moderates in Washington and Oregon and California, they're pretty left in Arizona. So that migration every year just keeps happening and happening and happening. And eventually, it's reached a tipping point. And the sad thing is, I don't know if I want to say sad, because it depends on what side of the aisle you're on, whether it's sad or not. It's sad to a lot of us. But the dangerous thing, let's just say, if you're someone who totally believes in the Republican platform, is that Texas is heading the same direction. To me, California and Texas are two populous states with completely different ideologies. So California went like 65% Democrat. So I would think that Texas, being a populous state that is more right-leaning, should go 65% Republican. It didn't. It went like 51-48. It's very close. That's not a good sign. So that shows people we need to start doing some work. But also it shows people this is how these things are happening. This is how these states are changing. It's basically all of California's runoff, when they get washed out, they end up down in Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. And that's having a huge effect on the politics there. So the fact that some of these states are going blue is not surprising. I think in the future, you might just see Texas go blue if you're not careful. But then again, maybe we'll see some states go red. Maybe some people will get tired of more socialist agendas of some people, like the AOCs, etc., and the simplistic nature of their politics, where they just think, well, we'll just do things the way we want to do it, and that'll be perfect, without actually understanding any of the issues or knowing what's going on. But maybe that'll happen, and maybe we'll start turning red. But right now, the trend is all these lower southern states are going more and more blue, and it doesn't seem fishy. It doesn't seem odd. It's been anticipated for a while now. It's been happening for a while. It's just that we forget sometimes when we're watching electoral maps and they go red and blue, we think, well, that's a blue state, that's a red state. Well, that's not true. They're all purple. It's just one. If you're 1 percentage point more blue, you're blue. If you're 1 percentage point more red, you're red. And we seem to think of that as like, oh, that's a dominantly red state. Not the way it is. Or a dominantly blue state. Not the way it is. Like someone mentioned to me also in that same video, well, Reagan won by 95% of the votes. No, he didn't. He didn't get 95% of the votes. He got a lot of the electoral colleges and the states. He did not get 95% of the vote. It's just that the map was 95% red. And, that's just the way it is. But that's just basically explaining why New Mexico is blue, why Arizona has gone blue this time. Doesn't mean it'll stay that way, but it's gone that way this time. And why we're in danger of Texas going blue. Because these states are high population states like California, and they're cranking out a lot of retired left of center people who are flooding into the Southwest. So don't be surprised. Don't sit back and go, there's no way this could have happened. Just because you've had your blinders on your whole life, take the blinders off and pay attention to what's going on. Because unless we know what's happening, we can't gear our strategies regarding the Second Amendment, First Amendment, etc., to the actual fight. And right now, I'm not someone who cares about the Republican platform or the Democratic platform. I care mostly for the Constitution. And if we're going to start arguing the Constitution with people, we're going to have to realize we're going to be arguing it with a lot of blue-leaning people. They're still purple people, not purple people eaters, purple people, which I guess is what the purple people eater eats, I guess. Is he purple and he eats people, or does he eat purple people? Well, most people are purple, so watch out. But like I said, we're going to start gearing our arguments that don't just appeal to, like if we're going to gear a pro-2A argument, it can't just appeal to red people, as in Republicans. It's also got to appeal to purple people and even some blue people if we're going to make progress right now. So just wanted to answer that question of how Arizona could go blue and what it means for us in the future. Hey, this is the Yankee Marshal, just reminding everyone out there that if you disagree with anything I say in any one of my videos, be it something political or tactical, I am going to give you the opportunity to come talk to me face to face instead of just having to put stuff in comment sections where someone might not even read them. You can come in one of my live chats and tell me off in person. You just have to send an email to shootingleftofcenter@gmail.com, and in the subject line of that video put slap the yank, and then I will get back with you and set up a time where you can come in one of the live chats and tell me off face to face.